It is an absolute one-dimensional method of fighting. Point attacking, for example, the movement of direct fighting has one-way repetition that simply limits the force as its own. The cause and the effect of speed and force restrict it, and the formation becomes point-directed and lined. Such technical forms tend to be used in competitions and sports. Direct fighting is mainly seen in competitive martial arts or segmented judo, such as boxing, kickboxing, modern karate, and taekwondo. Direct attack establishes techniques of unity that are caused by the speed and the force of thrusting and kicking. Alternative fighting is based on a principle of hit or be hit, which leads to mutual destruction. The structure of competition is based on a law of chase or be chased, which is nothing but momentary satisfaction. Indirect fighting begins as a cross, then ends as a spiral. It is a two-dimensional method of unified fighting based on line attacking. It constructs force by continuous straight side crosses. Indirect fighting is an evolved method of unified fighting based on force that is amplified by the technique of crossing. Let's clarify the theory and the evolution of the speed and the force of direct attack. Then practice techniques based on physical principle. The first move is using the center method, that is an elastic front and back movement. Inside method is the movement that goes inward toward the center. Outside method is the movement that goes outward, spreading and contracting. Raise method is the movement that goes down, up. Drop method is the movement that goes up, down.
また、長短の機械を持って原理の展開を実証していきます。
Let's start with the theory of elasticity. Observe the extension of the elastic, then an actual punch. The goal is to produce consistent acceleration from a body to a step, then to a thrust. The key is the impact caused by the speed of the first step. Let's observe the construction of elastic, then driving movement of a hand. The penetrating force between the first step and the pull of the leg behind is the point. The principles of thrusting and front-back movement are point attacking and line attacking. Point attacking is to hit targets with fists, and line attacking is to thrust targeting fists. Here is an example of point attacking using the total body movement, holistic. Line attacking combines the speed of point attacking and continues force caused by it. A point is a beginning of a line, and a line is an extension of a point. Following are demonstrations of what we call 1-step 1, 2-step 1, and 3-step 1. 1-step 1 shows the speed produced by point attacking. 2-step 1 shows the speed and the force produced by line attacking. 3-step 1 shows balanced holistic. 1-step 1, the recovering force of the first step is the point. 2-step 1, the driving force produced by pulling the second step is the key. 3-step 1, the gliding movement of both front and back legs is the point.
前足から後ろ足、そして両足相乗による滑走力がポイント。
Combining continuous movement of these three that forms a running form.
3歩1を連関すると走る形になります。これは相対平行
Unlike running, this is a total exercise by relative balance and elasticity. Following our demonstrations of one-step, two-step, and three-step methods using both long and short apparatus. One-step method. The speed is the key when using a short sword. Two-step method. Use both hands when needed. Pull the second leg when thrusting with both hands. Arms do not extend as much as when using only one. Three-step method is a continuous movement that combines processes of both one-step and two-step methods. Let's observe the theory of gyration. Adding a side movement perpendicular to a pivot produces a revolving movement. Step 1 uses centrifugal force of revolution caused by a body move and a leg twist after the first step goes outward. Move sideways from diagonal 45-degree point to 90-degree points. The conversion of the force from centrifugal to centripetal is the key.
1歩横の遠心力から2歩横の遠心と急心、そして3歩横の回転により螺旋運動を形成します。円盤投げを例に回旋、遠心打ちと配線、急心投げの螺旋運動を練習します。一歩法は前足の踏み出しと後ろ足の内横による回転急心打ちを行います。
Let's analyze the theory of joints. Unlike a nunchaku that has 2 joints, a human body has 3 joints on an arm, a shoulder, an elbow, and a wrist. Here is a nunchaku to explain. Two-step method.
二歩法の説明上、ヌンチャクを使います。
Let's experiment centrifugal and centripetal forces using a belt. The belt twines and forms a spiral. Use 3-step 1 to revolve, to move the pivot, then to avoid risk of being thrusted. It is reckless to move upper body only. Holistic with stepping methods is essential.
歩法が伴った回り込みによる軸心の移動イコール相対移動することが重要です。
Following our demonstrations of the theory of outward spread and expansion, the key is growing wavelength produced by the speed and the force from waving movements. The key is to travel diffusion of flexibility from up, down, left to right, or inward to outward. Step 1, recovering force from the first step is the point.
一歩1足の踏み込みによる反発力がポイントです。
Step 1 add another driving to step 1.
内打ちから2歩1の打ち込みを加えます。
Consistent movement from step 1 to step 1 promotes balance and retraction of the force.
平行性をもたらします。
Illustrating movements makes Easy to analyze directions of techniques and movements by those. The sign of infinity is drawn from symmetrical movement of right and left. By moving arms and legs in such form, a balanced holistic is gained. It should also be understood by the formation of the technique based on total exercise of the side stroke. One-step method, showing one-step one with an apparatus using one hand. Two-step method, showing a formation of two-step one using both hands on the apparatus. Three-step method, showing training method of symmetrical movements. It is momentum, self-satisfaction, to practice without basis in theories. Let's analyze movements of uppercut and upper thrust, as seen from pendulous movements of the stick. There is a common principle within swing, upper thrust, and cut.
アッパーカットなどに共通する根本原理が見出せることと思います。
One step one, thrusting up with the step. Two-step one, there are straight and side thrusts.
直王の突き上げがあります。
Three-step one, converting a downswing to an upper thrust. Let's think about holistic by pendulous movements. The running is an exercise of relative balance and elastic front-back movements. However, in the walking, it is pendulous front-back movements instead.
前後振り子の運動法です。
An upswing using one-step method, the pendulous movements of an upswing based on the pivot and the theory of leverage are the keys.
てこの原理がポイントです。
Two-step method, showing relation between theories of pendulum and leverage. Three-step method, forming spiral revolutions by brandishing the pendulum. There is a gravitational phenomenon that attracts a ball to the ground and bounding phenomenon that bounces a ball. Saturating phenomenon is seen when dropping a sand-filled bag, now showing the theory using a body. One-step one, showing thrusts and drops by one hand. Two-step one, the key is the relative balance of both arms and legs. Three-step one, swinging up and down movements produces drumming actions. Method of throwing is a total body exercise, cooperated with up and down movements. One-step method. Snapping the wrist is the key when using one-hand apparatus.
二歩法は両足両手のもろ手機械で行います。
Direct attack thrust, using whole body movements of stepping methods. Simple defense prevents further attack and retreat.
攻撃の前進を封じ、後退を断ちます。
Following is indirect attack using methods of one-point crossing, two-point crossing, and three-point crossing. One-point crossing is an adding method of unified fighting. Two-point crossing is a method of balancing by breaking the form, then hit. Three-point crossing is a multiplied spiral method of crossing and inclusive absorbance. One-point crossing, an adding method. Two-point crossing, a method of balance. Three-point crossing, a spiral method. One-point crossing, an adding method. Two-point crossing, a method of balance. Three-point crossing, a spiral method.
二点交差平行法。 三点交差螺旋法。 直接打撃単純防御。
One-point crossing, an added method. Pass through crossed arms, then thrust. Two-point crossing, a method of balance. Three-point crossing, a spiral method.
二点交差平行法。 三点交差螺旋法。
One-point Direct
直
attack,
接打撃
controlling
中
the
心
center
線を
line,
制し
then attack from
相
the
手の
blind
死角とな
spot.
る側面を打ちます
Simple defense.
単純防御
One
一
point
点交差
crossing,
加算法
an adding method. 2 point crossing, a method of balance. 3 point crossing,
2点交差平
a
行
spiral method.
.3 点交差螺旋法
Centered elastic front and back movements draws a straight line. A ball is a point and a stick is a line. Then a fist is a point and an arm is a line. Indifferent understanding of the point and the line makes fighting alternate offense and
戦火
defense.
の後部を択一に攻められてしまいます
Defending point attack is such of receiving a thrown ball. Both thrust, fist, and a thrown ball are the points. As seen in the experiment, blocking the course of the ball is effective. It is more predominant to use both palms that are two planes than to use point attack that is only one point, following a demonstration of line attacking using a stick. As you see, a stick is already a physical line. Avoiding it sideways results in more damage from side or continuous attack. A stick can form a plane by spinning. This is an example of development from a point to a line, then to a plane. Therefore, to defend line attacking is necessary to understand how the attack shifts one-dimensional to two-dimensional. The development of this shift is the key of cross
接
method.
触交差する交差技法の展開がポイントとなるのです
Let's practice the technique formed from a point to a line, to a plane, then to a spiral. Defending is one way to deal with an attack. However, shifting defense to offense is the key in
攻撃
fighting.
には迎え撃つ攻防一体のプラス思考が重要です
Let's think about inward offense and defense.
次は
The basic engagement for a hook is to cross an arm to it. However, an efficient method converts defense to offense. The conversion from passive first contact to positive second contact makes it possible. The relative crossing leads it to a three-dimensional formation
防
in
御から攻
spiral.
撃への技術的な転換を可能にしますそして交差による相乗的な作用は交差螺旋の立体的な技法を導き出します
When attacking sideways, direct attack tends to be blocked easily and arms get damaged. The formation of crossing can be learned by blocking a hook. A technical evolution with experiences is necessary for another attack. The technical development of inside crossings proves the common theory.
内横の交差による技法展開の例から共通する根本原理の解明が可能になるのです
Swing up attacks such as an uppercut cannot be used directly. It needs an application of indirect attack. Crossing methods make stepping safe and heavy attacks possible. Attacking with unstable leg decreases the force, stops movements, and prevents formation of techniques.
展開を妨げます。
Attacking methods are different in direct and indirect fighting. Because of the risk of being attacked and directness of its method, the force of direct attack tends to halt. Indirect attack is an unified fighting that breaks opponent's formation, then attacks. Continuous steps to produce the impact and piercing force must be learned. Indirect attack uses crossing method to change formations according to circumstances.
衝撃から貫通力の習得がポイントです。
Let's study the speed and the force of close fighting. It is more effective to use footwork than to stand still in a fight. The key is the phased formation from the impact of the speed of 1 step 1 to the piercing force of 2 step 1, then to the explosive force of 3 step 1. These attacking methods are based on relative balance of cooperative arms and legs, and are not controlled or supervised by styles or organizations. Technical evolution is not difficult if changing the concept of holistic is possible. A hand is able to grab, to cross, to block, to pull, and to thrust. A hand becomes a fist by grasping. A fist is a disposable punch in fighting. A direct chop cannot be used in an actual fight. There are possible applications of unrestricted chops, such as scooping up, hitting sides, or sweeping off legs. A chop is a part of an arm, and an arm is a line. Line strike uses crossing method. Line strike has possibilities of hitting, cutting, scooping, chopping, and stubbing. A fixed concept of a chop is only an imprint, wish to attack. Such self-centered attack produces more risk than success. Objective tactics make technical applications possible. One-way direct attack is a one-time point attack based on a one-dimensional subjective thinking. However, systematic indirect attack based on multiple crossings makes side attack by swings possible. The development of multiplied attack is important to close fights.
攻防が交錯する膠着状態において交差による相乗的な打撃や加算的な展開は重要なポイントになります。
A palm is a plane that it is not effective for direct attack. Palms form three-dimensional fighting by multiplying repeated horizontal and vertical movements. Then consistent technique for unified fighting becomes possible. The movement of palms as planes characterized by zigzag movements, drawing the letter S, and its theory is based on wave mechanics. It is a personal decision to choose repeated attack in one direction or it in multiplied directions. It is effective to use palms to break defenses.
断続的なピストン運動の選択は個人にありますが、防御体制に対し小手をかぶせる攻略法は効果的です。
Introducing attacks using
ショーによる
palms.
打撃の例をい
The
くつか紹介し
cooperated movements of push-ups and stepping are advisable for attacking with palms. The balance of cooperated arms and legs amplifies the speed and the force and quickens changes of methods.
「ショーの打ち込みは腕立て伏せ運動と歩法の強調による相対移動が望ましく、手足強調の平行性は技法の転換と速度威
Direct
力の
use
増
if an
幅を
elbow
促しま
attack
す。
is impossible because of its
一
limited
打とは
range.
肘で打つ
However,
制限があるため
technical
直接的
application
な
of
使用は
elbows is
到
not
底無理で
difficult
す。
if there are
しかし
concepts, if
肘の点は
multiplying
腕の
and
線の一
crossing
部であり、
methods for the line.
線の接続
An
交差法
elbow
加
is a
算相
point
乗の
in a
発想があれ
line
ば
of an arm.
技法の応用はさほど困難なことではないのです。
It is vital to
形式的な
change
正
a
拳撃と
restricted
限定
straight
的な
punch
ストレート
to
パ
a
ンチから
physical spiral
定的な螺
attack.
旋拳への転換は
Unlike a
大切で
straight
す。
punch or thrust,
線上螺旋
directed
拳
spiral
は正拳
attack
突き
is
など
a
とは異なった目
technical
的を持ち、
evolution of
加
multiplied
算相
force.
乗の進化技法
The
や
hand does not return
交差
to
にあ
the
って
starting point.
反応を変化します。
Instead, it keeps moving by crossing. The technical application is possible by adding force to a counterattack,
踏み込むステップを吸
adding
収する
absorbency
加算
by
性、
stepping in.
攻撃を迎
The
え入れる包
comprehension
括
to
性は側
receive
面の
in
攻略を
an
可能に
attack
します。
makes side attacks
蹴りには蹴り
possible.
で迎撃する。
A
蹴りの
counter
着地
kick
点
for
は
a
一
kick.
定であるので、
Attacking the
即背
sides
面
or
の
the
攻
back
略
is
は可能です。
possible because the landing point of a kick is
蹴りに
predictable.
は軸足固定の傾向
A
があるので、
pivot tends to be
前
set for
進
a
平行
kick.
による
Fast and
歩
balanced
法移動が
footwork
大
is
切です。
important. An alternative
交
fighting
互択
forms
一の戦術
a
体制
sticking
は打撃
form
願
of
望と
offense
受け止
and
め義務の組
defense.
手形態を
It
学び、
is necessary to
足の
change
ブロッ
the
クに対し
concept
攻撃
from
から
attack
攻
to
略への
capture
発想の
for
転換
the
が必要です。
protected leg.
足の攻撃
Also,
に限らず、
attacking
手の
protected
ブロックへ
hand
の不思
without
考な打
thinking
撃は
brings
相手の反撃を
counterattack.
誘発します。
An additional
相手の
capture
ブロックに
is
対する
effective
加算的な
for
攻略が
such
効果的です。
defense.
An 蹴りを仕掛ければ
opponent
相手の反
responses
応
to
が
a
見られ、
kick.
その反
The
応を踏まえた
objective
客観性が
prediction
加
makes
算的
an
な
additional
攻略を
capture
可能にするの
possible.
です。
A front kick only uses a foot
全容体
side,
は
and a
下段
toe
から
kick
中段、
only uses
あ
a
るいは
toe.
足の裏、
However,
前部分
method
から
of legs is
つま先
possible
の
to
転
move
換が
legs
可能であ
from
るのに
bottom
対し、
to middle
前蹴
position
りは
or to reform
足の裏、前部
impacts
分で
from a
蹴り、
foot to a toe.
つま先蹴りはつま先
Stepping
で蹴る
to
限
move
定
the
的
center
な
of
部分
gravity
性に
is
止まり
the
ます。
key.
側体の根本は重心移動の歩きにあります。
Through
組手練
practices,
習の実例を
let's
挙
see
げ
the
て、
problems
打撃
of
と投げの
attacking
問題
and
点をピッ
throwing.
クアップします。
Number one, an attack needs
打撃には目
durability,
標物を通り
goes
抜ける
beyond the
持
target.
続力が必要です。
Number two, a
投げは
throwing
目
needs
標物に
force to
接触する打
contact
撃力と
the target
回り込める
and
走行
speed
力が
to
必要
revolve
です。
in. Do not punch or
すなわち
thrust
足を止
when
めて打
legs
たな
are
い、
still.
ステップの
Use
相対移
total
動に
body
よる打
movements
撃を
of
行います。
stepping. Do not throw with spread
足を踏
legs.
ん張って投げない。
Using crossing
ステッ
rotation
プの
of stepping.
交差回転による
Do
崩しを
not
行い
kick
ます。
when feet are fixed. Move pivots of movement
足を固定
by
して蹴らない。
stepping.
ステップの重心移動による体撃を行います。正面、 側面、
Now
背
showing
面
a
の一
consistent
貫した攻略
systematic
体系
attack
の実例
from
と
the
分
front,
析を
the
します。
side, then the back. Direct crossing is not to grab or pull. The keys are attacking with holistic by multiple crossings and throwing with a pivot in motion.
直応交差は掴み引っ張るのではなく、交差相乗による相対移動の打撃と重心移動による崩し投げ
Method
が
of
ポイン
legs
トで
is
す。
not direct kicking, but a constructive method to capture by multiple crossing. It is a system of alternative fighting,
建設的な
which
攻略
contacts to
法です。
recognize breaks to attacks with legs,
接触交
breaks
差に
to
よって
punch,
確
and then
認を
breaks
し、
to throw.
崩して対撃、崩して長打、崩して投げなどによる攻防一体の攻略体系です。
Durability is necessary to break defense in the front, to attack from the sides, and to capture the back.
背面攻略に至るまでの持続性が必要です。
To break through from the front, direct attack and crossing method are applicable. The side movement by crossing is a point in a side attack. To capture the back, turn around with the speed of the first contact and the speed and the force of the second movement. The point is the link made by steps. Be ready to throw once capture the back.
背面に回り込んだら投げる工夫をしてください。
Pay attention to the difference between
俯瞰
subjective
的な攻
attack
略と
and
客観的な攻略
objective
の違いを注
capture.
意してください。攻略は1、2、3のステップがあります。打ちたいから打つ、投げたいから投げることは一方的な自我の主観でしかないのです。
Showing a few applications of method of
では、
consistent.
一貫技法の応
Be
用
aware
例
of
を
the
2、3
formation
行います。
which surrounds the front, the side, and the
正面、
back.
側面、背面
Crossing
の吸収
promotes
包括による
changes in
包囲する
tactics
攻略
and
体制の
evolution
認
of
識が大
technique.
切です。
It is also
打撃と投げのコンビ
builds
ネーションは
method of
攻防
consistent
択一の
that
戦術
combines
形態にとど
defense
まり、
and
接触
offense
交差は
in one.
戦術の転換や技法の進化を促す攻防一体の一貫技法を可能にします。
Let's go through the steps again, not only wiping off the defending hand, but also positive multiplicity
構えの
is
手を払い
important.
のけるのではなく、
Unbalanced arms and legs result in a slanted form. Side attack. Do not stop
前
step
傾
to
する体
hit.
勢は
Practice hitting in motion with relative balance. Total movement is the
足を
key
止
to
めてから
capture
腕
the
を振り
back.
回して打ってはいけません。
No centrifugal force to turn around means any centripetal force
背
to
面までの
throw.
攻略は歩法の相対移動がポイントです。投げ、背面まで回り込む遠心力がないと投げを打つ求心力が働きません。
Kick attack is limited. Kicking techniques include a front, a turning, or a knee kick. Leg attacks use thigh to toe and is more applicable. Lesson 1. Learn the theory. Leg of centripetal and inside method, for example. A kick with extended knee only has centrifugal force. However, a kick with bent knee has possibilities of both centrifugal and centripetal force. Lesson 2. Find the bases. Leg of elastic and centering method, for example. The foot forms toe to scoop by extending the knee. The center of gravity moves the ankle to the foot. Lesson 3. Gain amplified effects. Leg of centripetal and inside method, for example. There are turn kicks using the first joint, knee kicks using the second joint, and toe kicks using the third joint. However, amplified effects cannot be gained by separate practices of these. Consistent method of legs of 3 joints is necessary. Inward movements of those 3 joints form centripetal spirals. A centrifugal turn kick is a single directed attack, therefore easily blocked. A spiral kick is a multiple direct attack using both centrifugal and centripetal forces, therefore hard to block. Method of leg attacks begin with centrifugal, then become centripetal by contacting. Furthermore, once centripetal force reaches to extreme, it becomes centrifugal force again.
遠心に始まり接触して急心となり、急心が極まれば遠心となるのです。
Lesson 4. Keep the balance. Leg attack is based on practical balance. Unbalanced pivot stiffens the formation. A stable balance is gained by kneeling one knee to the ground.
バランスの取れた体勢の確保がポイントです。
Lesson 5. Build a strategy. Formations with spiral movements surround the defense and absorb the offense. Explaining points of outside method and legs of centrifugal. Based on the form of squat, crossed legs, establish the balance of leg attack. Find the principle of a spiral movement formed from a leg attack to an outside movement, to a throw, and to a centrifugal spiral. Analyzing raise method and method of scooping leg. To raise a leg, the center of gravity has to be moved. The basis of moving the center of gravity is seen in walking. In backward walk, it moves to the back leg to raise the front leg, and in forward walk, it moves to the front. Move back as opponents come forward, then prepare to counterattack. Step 1 is the basis in any form of fighting. Interception, by crossing a leg at the point of landing of the opponent's front leg. Add a side attack when the opponent stops. The speed is controlled by swiftly step 1 of front leg. The back leg, in this case, usually does not step forward. It is possible to control the opponent's move by trapping both shoulders when legs are stable. Change the form to throw it if it does not work. Next is fall method in legs of hook. The first landing point of a foot in walking is a heel. A stepping method becomes a leg attack by a will to attack. Crossing method of dropping the leg on step leg is effective. A heel may thrust the chest. A guiding toe is necessary to raise a heel. The consistent up and down tactic made possible by a formation with an angled foot. Walking forward is based on the movement from the heel to the foot side, then to the toe. Walking backward is the other way around. The knee of the pivot leg is the point to control the center of gravity. Inward legs of centripetal uses the ankle, the knee, and the neck of femur of the pivot leg. Direct kick that only goes one way does not develop movements. Developments are made possible by multiplied leg attacks.
大砲による相乗的な対撃は技法の展開を可能にします。
Use crossing method to cross. It becomes crossed over method after crossing left and right hands, for example. Centripetal method is to rotate inside. Partial movements such as stopping footwork, then swing the arm, loses total cooperation of the movement. Deliver smooth rotation to the whole body, and then attack from crossing positions. The cooperation of total balance is important to avoid partial attacks. The spiral movement caused by crossing makes multiplied attacks possible, then establishes consistent formation of attacks and throws.
打撃と投げの一貫した技法体系を実現するのです。
Both centrifugal and centripetal forces form a spiral movement. A centripetal movement does not begin until a hand thrusts. The hand may be received, be pulled or be able to thrust. Build consistent technique to hit the liver, the back of the head, then the neck joint in motion.
そこで止まることなく、腎臓内から後頭部への打撃、そして首関節への一貫技法を目指します。
Method of single crossing is a relative crossing of one hand of both fighters. In a close fighting, stepping must not be stopped. The cooperation of the mind and body is the point of stepping. Establish this cooperation and balance of arms and legs by practice. Method of double crossing is a two-point crossing of two hands versus one hand. Two hands on one hand have the choice of the relative speed and the intensive surrounding. One hand on two hands form a spiral of pendulous effect on the third pivot of the controlled arm. It also applies to an attacking, a holding, and a throwing. Applications for method of single crossing. Crossed over method that begins from a crossing realizes a consistent technique from attacking to hold.
打撃技法から関節投げ技に至るまでの一貫技法を実現します。
Following are theoretical developments of method or centripetal. The rotation caused by crossing arms forms a line spiral. A line spiral is effective on multiple attack. However, it needs more changes to apply to throws. The movements of towel proves multiplied spiral resulted by flexible wrist, palm, and fingers. It applies to various fighting techniques. It is important to develop methods of steps because legs tend to stop when crossed. Characteristics of the spiral technique resulted by crossover are multiple developments of crossing. Because responses are unclear, we only introduce simple applications of the spiral this time. Showing method of centrifugal. A centrifugal spiral made by an outward movement of a cross. It makes applications of attacking, holding, and throwing techniques. An essence is gained by elucidation of theories, and evolution is to search rules. Particular techniques of particular style of martial arts are only those of superficial. Crossing techniques contains consistent development of 1-point cross, 2-point cross, and 3-point cross. It also contains directed developments of up, down, in and out, and front to back. Crossing method is effective. However, the issues are how to cross and what to do after crossing. A spiral is formed after crossing. Crossed over method develops the spiral into a technique. Learn theories of absorb surrounding the added multiplicity of method of centripetal. Experience laws of the movement of center of gravity and spiral of method of single cross. Master the development of rotations and effects of method of double cross. A spiral has creative and adaptability that becomes the basis theory of body control.
螺旋には独創性があり、適応進化の性格を有し、機械技法をはじめ関節や投げ技などの物体操作を司る根本原理なのです。
Showing method of crossing to method of cross uses multiple crosses to defend, then move the side to the back, aim the target to attack. Defense is to defend and to control. A spiral movement is the theory to control objects. The limit of direct attack is to begin as point and to end as a line. Evolution of point and line to cross then to cross techniques is a consistent formation that goes beyond segmentation of techniques or styles of martial arts.
防御は受けることではなく、防は防衛、御は制御するということです。ナイフをつかむ手を見れば、分かることは螺旋は物体を操作する根本的な原理であるということです。直接唾液の限界性は、点に始まり線に終わってしまうということです。点線技法から工作技法、そして工作技法への進化は、流派分化や組織管理を超える一貫した技術体系なのです。